staff ready here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order then. First thing, let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thanks, everyone. And let's see. So we've got a few cases that have been complied with, and let me note these for the record. First, 8.1 was inadvertently noticed for this meeting, so we're going to move that one to the August. That's going to be removed from this hearing and put on August. That's case CE 24575WS. And then 8.2, 8.3, 8.4, and 8.9 have all come into compliance. And that's correct?
That's correct.
Approved. All right. So those would be off the agenda. Moving to the agenda, there was a couple changes I wanted to make. So we'll remove that 8.1. We're not going to hear the complied with cases. We're also going to do something that we haven't done before today, and that's hear some parking citations. We're going to move that. Right now that is section 7 on this agenda. We're going to move it. We're going to flip-flop it with the code enforcement hearings. So we're going to hear the code enforcement hearings first, and then we'll do the parking citations, and then we'll adjourn. So code enforcement will be section 7 on the agenda. Parking citations will be section 8. I understand there's 2 of those. And then on the code enforcement hearings, I understand we have one respondent who is requesting to appear remote. Do we know if we have that person
I believe
available?
she's on here. I don't know if I can hear. Courtney Robinson, are you able to hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so yes, we have her. If we want to hear that first, would be great.
Yeah, let's hear that case first, just while we got all the technology working. That is currently case 8.8, so that's going to be the first case we hear, and then 8.5, 8.6, and 8.7, the remaining cases will be heard after 8.8. So with that, I'll approve the agenda in that fashion. Moving on to the minutes. I don't believe we had minutes. We had minutes in May, that's right. We didn't have minutes we didn't meet last month, but we didn't meet in May. So looking at those, I'll approve those. Then Mr. Burns, if you want to
swear in
everyone.
So staff who's going to be testifying, then anyone here who has a case, if you can stand and raise your right hand as well. Does everyone swear to tell the truth, whole truth, not the truth, so help you God? Yes. Okay, so everyone who comes up here today and testifies is under oath, just so you know. And I guess I'll swear in the individual for teams, unless you want to do that.
Yeah, go ahead and swear her in. I'm going to hear her first anyway.
Okay. So does she have video? Because you actually can't swear someone in remotely. They're not, you can't see them.
Yeah.
So.
To me, it looks, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
To me, it looks like there's a little box where it says CR.
Yeah, that's Courtney Robinson. Yeah, maybe. Let me see if I can make it any bigger. I don't know it. Oops, made it much smaller. It won't stretch. I don't know, but it's not a picture of her anyway, so it's just Courtney Robinson is there listening.
Do you mind if can she hear me, I guess?
Yes.
Can she speak back to me too? Is she not
Sure.
muted? Okay. Miss Robinson, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you turn your video on?
Oh, there she is.
Okay. Ma'am, can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Robinson, you're under oath, and the magistrate sounds on that for your case, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Robinson. So moving on then, we're on the code enforcement hearings, and we're going to do Ms. Robinson's case first. This is case CE 25730 NUS, and I'll hear from staff first. And then Ms. Robinson, after the city staff gets done, I'll hear from you, okay?
Rich Taylor, City of Fort Walton Beach, code enforcement. And there's one change when I entered this into the system. This should be CE 24-730 in US, not the 25.
Okay, let me just make sure that we note that for the record too. Mr. Taylor is indicating that there's an inadvertent typo on the agenda. This is really case CE 24-730 in US. All right, go ahead.
This case is for the address 215 DeLuna Road, Southwest, Fort Walton Beach. According to the tax records, the property owner is Rosa Lee Huddleston and heirs of. The property was originally found in violation 289 days ago on September 30th, 2024. This case was brought before the magistrate on 11/20/2024 for the violation of nuisance section 5.04.01. Magistrate issued an order giving the respondents until February 18th, 2025 to bring the property into compliance. An inspection of the property on February 18th found that the violation had not been corrected as ordered. On March 25th, 2025, a statement of non-compliance was filed. And on July 1st, 2025, service was obtained for the notice of hearing. At this time, staff would like to enter the exhibits into the record. Exhibit F is the case history report. Exhibit G, list of exhibits. Exhibit H, the November 20th, 2024 order of the magistrate. Exhibit I was the March 25th, 2025 statement of noncompliance. And Exhibit J is the notice of hearing and proof of service. Staff is requesting acceptance of finding of fact, conclusions of law, and issuance of an order 2, including a $325 administrative fee. Staff also recommends the amount of $100 per day fine, which I have in here, the fine to be determined. There were some issues with getting proper service that wasn't necessarily the respondent's fault. So if we can come up with another date. Okay. I understand that I do have an email that Ms. Robinson sent me back in February that they've hired a law firm to help with the probate issues concerning this property.
Okay.
If you recall, this is the house on DeLuna that had burnt several years ago. And so we need to get that addressed. And also part of the nuisance is the grass and the weeds in the front yard are out of control.
Right. Okay. So there's the vegetation issue, and then there's the fact that the house has been suffered a fire and needs some repairs. Is that two
Correct.
separate code enforcement issues there?
Correct.
Okay.
And if you recall the first hearing that we had back in November, Mr. Demetrius Robinson appeared on behalf of the family. And since that time, despite numerous phone calls, emails, and regular mail, I haven't been able to speak with him again. He was the one that was keeping up mowing the yard. That hasn't happened since that last hearing.
And I'll ask the respondents some questions too, but I have some questions about if the probate's open, that kind of stuff. I don't know if you know, Mr. Taylor.
Yeah, I don't know any.
I can answer that actually,
Okay.
Your Honor. I did check that last night. The probate case has had no action on it since Ms. Toni Craig passed away in over 15 years. So it's a case that's technically closed, but it was never finished.
Okay.
And no new law firm has made any appearance.
Okay. All right. Well, that, Mr. Taylor, if you don't have anything else, I'll take a look at the exhibits.
Yeah, I do not have any new photographs. Nothing has really changed except for the grass height. And the original photographs are on the right side.
But you can testify. You've seen the property today and
Yes.
testify it's still in that condition.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. Sir. Okay. And Ms. Robinson, you're going to get your chance to speak here in just a second. I do have to ask you if you have any objections just to the exhibits entering into the record. The exhibits are a case report, a list of exhibits, the first order, statement of noncompliance, and a notice of hearing. So it's just those documents entering into what we call the record, so that if there were some sort of appeal or something, those documents could be considered in the appeal. Do you have any objection to just that?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and enter the exhibits F through J into the record. And Ms. Robinson, if you want to go ahead and tell me what's going on with this property, and it sounds like there's some family history here as well that might be helpful.
So I am John Robinson's wife. I married into the family when the house caught fire. Steve Casillas and Victor Robinson were still in the area. I can't remember exactly when I got involved trying to either save it by trying to get it torn down or save the property. When we weren't able to do that, we had to go the probate route. So we did became an attorney. That was, I believe, earlier this year. Moss Law firm out of Jacksonville, Florida. We did everything we did. We had a couple bumps in the road along the way, but June 16th, Stephen Seals, he fell ill. He ended up passing away last month. So the last paperwork that needed to be signed by him, I just reached out to the attorney today to see like if the name wants to be taken off or anything like that. I haven't heard that before this hearing. But that was the last thing kind of the order about trying to stay at the home. But that's, since I came involved, that's what we've been trying to do. We try to fix the house or take the property. And since we weren't able to do that, go to probate first.
Okay. So
And it's like, I tried to get, I live in Georgia, so a lot of people have to, I don't mean not to have to take them for my mental life now. Trying to, find people on Facebook, undergrad, using this on Friday. And they reached out to me again, see if we can get somebody out there to cut the grass, but I haven't heard back from them.
Okay. So you believe that there is a probate, an active probate matter that would include this property?
Yeah, I can give you the number. I gave it to the other two.
Yeah. If you could go ahead and give us that case number.
Give me just a second to get it out. A different phone.
And Mr. Burns, let me make sure it's the same one here.
It's 125 000 for Oakland County.
Okay.
What are the last numbers?
Was that 0003381F?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you mind if I just make a quick?
Yeah, we just
So-
want to take a peek at this case real quick, Ms. Robinson.
So there is a case that was filed back in 1999, case number 1999-642-CP, that was never finalized for the estate of Rosalie Huddleston. There were three heirs, or three folks for the estate who were beneficiaries of the estate. It was Darrell Robinson, Seaman Seals Jr., and Victor Robinson. And I do understand she just mentioned Mr. Seals might have passed away. So I am going to look in the docket real quick on this case number, but I'm wondering if it's his probate that got opened. That'll confound things even further, I think.
Yeah, that's a metal thing. And so this new estate, do you know who's the personal representative of this estate?
I was, I can't remember the date that I was issued that.
You were issued the letters?
I got it in the mail, yeah.
Okay, so you're the personal representative?
Yeah.
Okay.
See if I can find the date for that though. I'm gonna turn the camera off there, we'll do this one. I got it, I didn't look at anything on this one.
Okay.
So I have pulled up the docket and I'm looking at an order that was entered just back on June 12th of this year by Judge Brown. And it looks like he did enter an order authorizing sale of property. I'm gonna double check the parcel ID number to cross-reference and make sure it's the
Is it-
property we're talking about here today.
Which estate is it?
It's the estate of Dorothy Lee Robinson, but if a judge is ordering the sale and the sale occurs, I think that'll cure the issues of who's the proper person to be appearing in all these cases. So let me just double check to make sure it's the right parcel. It is the property at issue here. It appears there was an order authorizing the sale of the real property, and the order says the personal representative is authorized to execute all documents necessary to complete the sale as authorized herein. As authorized herein, and I'll double check. There's no reason for us not to believe Ms. Robinson. I'll double check to make sure she is and then we can.
And when was that order entered?
The order authorizing the sale of the property, June 12th, so about a month ago.
Okay.
Yep, Mrs. Courtney Robinson is the personal representative. So.
And Ms. Robinson, if you're still there, you can come back on with us. Turn your camera back on if you don't mind.
Thank you.
Because Mr. Burns here, the city attorney was able to look up the case and did see that you are the personal representative and that there is an order authorizing the sale of the property. So what steps, it looks like that order's been entered. Have you all taken any steps to sell the property since then?
Yeah, I already have a buyer lined up, it's just that I got hit with a couple loopholes, my husband's in Korea, another person on out of the three, he's incarcerated, so it just took a long time to get things coordinated. And then now with the passing of Stephen Seals, I just emailed to ask if there was anything that, I don't have the death certificate, so I don't know if it would be just taken off completely, or what.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and Rich, if you want to come back up too, let's talk about this because it seems like you've got an issue here where if the city, if I were to enter this findings of fact, including law and order, we're just going to create more title issues for this property. Whereas if we maybe just kind of continue this matter a couple months, check up on the progress, that probably is a situation where they're going to have a better outcome in selling the property, which ultimately will lead to compliance with the property. Whereas if we enter this, get a lien on the property, start accruing fines, that's just going to potentially scare off any buyer, and then your property is going to stay out of compliance, until all that can be resolved well. And I don't know the value of this property, but these fines are going to start eating away the value of it pretty quick. So, with that, I'd be inclined to just simply continue this matter 2 months and then maybe check on it again in September. Make sure that they're making progress. I don't know that they'll be completely done with the process by then, probably not, but I think that we should check up on them every 2 months or so and set it for September. Mr. Burns, I don't know if you have any other thoughts.
And just so that she did mention something in her testimony that I think might make staff feel better about
Yeah.
that resolution. Ms. Robinson, you said Mr. Seals had passed away, is that correct?
Yeah, he passed away on the 9th.
Okay, and Rich, was that the Mr. Seals you were dealing with before?
No, I've never dealt with anyone at the property except for Ms. Robinson. How it started with her is I posted the property because that's what's listed on the assessor's site. And I think a friend or a neighbor saw it and called her. That's how I ended up getting in contact with her.
Wasn't there a son or something like that? They were mowing the property for a while. You indicated there was an individual.
Demetrius Robinson. I'm not sure how he relates to the
Demetrius.
family, but he's
Okay.
the one that showed up for the first hearing, and he had been mowing the yard, but that has stopped since the November hearing. So I'm not opposed to more time, but I would really like to impress upon them that this property, the vegetation is really detracting from the neighborhood, and that property needs to be
Well,
maintained, you know.
that's a good point. I'm not inclined to enter the order today, but Ms. Robinson, can y'all take care of that vegetation on that property?
Yeah, I have before, it's just, like I said, I had to pay up front, and then I get no results. So it's come down that I did reach out to Demetrius again, and I think it was Friday, and he told me he would do it. I tried to reach out to him again today, this year, it's been done. But he's not the most reliable for me. I can get it done, it's just a matter of like, I just want to make sure I don't get taken for the money here.
Yeah, I understand.
Your Honor, I have a maybe request. Maybe instead of 2 months, do 1 month.
Yeah,
No, 1 month. Okay.
That's where I was leading to, Mr. Burns, which is a good thought, is instead of 2 months, let's just continue this 1 month. If the vegetation comes into compliance, you can bring the case back since I'm saying to continue it, but I won't be inclined to enter an order so long as that vegetation is in compliance in a month. You understand, Ms. Robinson? So we're going to hear you again in a month. If that vegetation is taken care of, I'll be inclined to continue the matter again if you're continuing to do work on the probate. If that vegetation is not taken care of, the city may request that lien gets entered at that time, which could kind of gum up this title. So if you really make some efforts to clean up that property, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. And is that acceptable?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what we'll do then. We'll just continue this 1 month with hopes that at least the vegetation part can come into compliance and y'all can make some positive steps in making the sale. At which point, if you've done that, I'll be inclined to continue it again so long as we see some positive progress there. So. All right. Thank you, Ms. Robinson.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Taylor. I don't know if you're still up, but we've got what was 8.5 case CE 24-472 LIT up next.
You're correct. It's, next agenda item is 8.5. This is case number CE 24472 LIT. My name's Ed Moore, Code Inspector, City of Fort Walton Beach. This case pertains to 121 Linstew Drive Northwest. According to the tax records, the owner of said property is Grace Messias. On July 1st, 2024, the property was found in violation of Code Section 30105 and Florida Building Code Section 105.1, permit required. The property had been backfilled and regraded without the required building permit. On November 5th, 2024, service was obtained for the notice of violation. On June 23rd, 2025, a reinspection of the property found the violation had not been corrected. On July 9th, 2025, service was obtained for the notice of hearing. On July 18th, August the 2nd, and November the 5th, 2024, and yesterday, July 15th, 2025, photographs of the violations were taken. And as of today, July 16th, 2025, the property remains in violation. At this time, staff would like to enter the exhibits into the record. Exhibit A is a case history report. Exhibit B is a list of exhibits. Exhibit C is a notice of hearing and proof of service. Exhibit D is a notice of violation and proof of service. Exhibit E is a copy of the inspector's qualifications. Exhibit F is a copy of the tax record showing the property's ownership. And Exhibit G are photographs of the violations. Staff is requesting acceptance of findings of fact, conclusions of law, and issuance of Order 1, including the $325 administrative fee. Staff also recommends 15 days' time for compliance with the violation. This would make the recommended compliance date July 31st, 2025. Mrs. Messias, would you like to see the file, have the objections, everything in the record? Please see all the notices we sent to you, or explained to you, and photographs and ownership. We just enter this to the record so that's, as the special magistrate explained before, if it goes to appeal or anything, that we have it in the record.
And ma'am, you're still going to get your chance to speak. This is just make sure all the documents are reviewable.
All the photographs. Yeah, this was yesterday, I think about 10 o'clock. Yes, sir. Thank you.
And ma'am, did you have any objections just to those exhibits entering into the record?
Ms. Amber.
It really, it won't matter for your case. It's just going to be if somebody else were to review this eventually. I'll still hear all your testimony.
Did you say yes, Your Honor?
I believe you said yes, correct? I'm sorry? Yes? Okay.
And then we want to do it now. We can do it retroactively. When they both get up there, we'll just need to do a quick colloquy to make sure
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're her daughter,
Yeah.
is a translator for her. So.
Okay.
These are just the pictures from the various visits
All right.
since July of last year up until yesterday. Basically what happened was vacant property. I believe the owners eventually want to build on it, so they ended up having some type of fill placed on the property. Unfortunately, it's not approved fill. It was more of a lot of riprap and construction debris and whatnot. And they would have to engage a contractor to obtain the fill and grading permit, which of course they've already done by dumping that. On approved fill, the dirty fill has to come off the lot.
Okay.
And then it has to be replaced with proper fill by the contractor. The owner has been involved with trying to get it resolved since the case started, and she has engaged the contractor, Whitfield Construction, Inc., Greg Whitfield. He has applied for a permit, and it's still in plan check. I don't know his personal reasons why he hasn't gotten the permit approved and issued, but so far it's still in violation. As of June 30th of this year, they basically gave him Mr. Whitfield, the contractor, a list of what's required to get the permit approved, and they basically need a silt fence installed, debris mitigation, which means remove all the improper fill, get wetlands location and requirements, information from DEP, structural engineering requirements, and then they can issue the permit if all those documents
Yeah.
get approved.
Okay. Anything else?
We're recommending the 15 days, but of course, it may take a while, but I'm sure she can enlighten me on what her time frame may be.
I mean, you know, I'm not inclined to give less time than I think it's going to take for the permitting process, but I'm not sure exactly how long that's going to be, so I'll hear from the respondent now. If you want to come up, ma'am, and your daughter, and Mr. Burns, you want to?
I can do it real quick. here. And I guess, what's your name, Miss Daughter? Like,
Melanie.
Melody.
Yeah.
Okay, Melody, can you please state your full name for the record?
Melanie Rivera. Melanie Rivera.
Okay, just speak a little bit louder in that microphone because it's recording.
Rivera, Rivera.
Okay. And what's your relationship to the respondent?
Her daughter.
Okay. And do you speak both English and Spanish fluently?
Yes.
Have you spoken Spanish your entire life? Is that yes?
Yes.
Okay. And do you understand that your role here today is to translate everything that your mother says accurately, completely, without adding, omitting, or changing anything?
Yes.
And you're not a certified court interpreter, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And are you willing to serve as an interpreter in this proceeding to your best of your ability here today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
If that's sufficient, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's fine. All right.
Hi.
So, well, do you want to explain to me, talking to your mother, do you want to explain to me what is going on? I understand that you've hired a contractor.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's going on with the contractor, the delay in
Yeah.
procuring the permit?
So originally she bought this property because it used to be two properties, like in one, and the owner split it in half. So like right whenever she first bought it, it was like, oh, she got sent already a notice that I guess it was already blocking the street, and like she needed to clean it up already, and she was literally owner like a week in already, but it was pertaining to the past owner. So I understand they did that, and then they ordered it clean because it was blocking the stop sign, I believe, as well. So they were doing that. Lo
Yeah.
limpiaron.
Ajá. Después de ahí se limpió, pero no sabía que habían ido a botar unas cosas de concreto y por eso recibió una notificación. Yo
Yeah, so
creo
they
que
were
se
cleaning
estaba
that, and then she didn't know that they put like concrete in the, ¿cómo se dice? In the lot. And then when they did that, ¿qué más?
Recibí la notificación que ahora ese es el problema, cuando me dijeron primeramente que lo limpiara después de la semana que
Pero también había como cosas que gente tiraban cosas
pues
ahí.
iba a sudar.
Yeah, so then she received another notice that there was a lot of trash in there, but it's from other people outside that kept like putting trash. So then my dad put his trailers there, and then to block from people like putting trash inside the fill. And then we received another letters because no trailer can be there. So then we removed the trailers, and then now it's just like an ongoing issue. And so with the permits, the contractor, he submitted everything, but
Pero sigo esperando porque
she's still waiting.
Okay. And so when was the last time you spoke to your contractor, to Mr.
¿Cuándo fue?
Whitfield?
hoy día que,
Today.
Today? And what did Mr. Whitfield say today?
¿Qué dijo?
que necesito saber quién es la persona que va a llevar mi caso para ponerse en contacto con él.
She says that he said that he needs to know who is, I believe it was with Mr. Ted, like who he needs to be in contact with in order to help continue the process moving.
So he
That's
wants
what
to meet with the city?
Yeah, but whenever he submitted the permit, it's been a while, and then he's also been MIA. We've been trying to follow up with him and everything, but
Porque ya le hemos pagado.
yeah, we already paid him and everything, and
Hemos gastado dinero.
she spent money, and
Right.
there's no
Dinero,
progress at all.
Comprando el terreno, arreglando todo eso ahí lo que me han dado y sigue todavía y ya quiero terminar con esto.
Yeah, she says that ever since she bought it, it's been just problems back to back to back, and she's also invested money into that, and she already paid him, and she just wants to continue it going, but it's,
Yeah, it sounds like there have been quite a few issues that it does sound to me, and the city disagrees with this characterization, you can tell me, Mr. Ed, but it sounds like there's been a lot of efforts to come into compliance on this property repeatedly here, and you're certainly not just ignoring the issues.
Yeah,
Dile que a
no.
raíz que compré ese terreno han venido los complaints, no sé por qué.
Yeah, she says that ever since she bought the property, she's been complaints.
De los mismos vecinos.
And it's from it's the owners, really, because also whenever they were going to check the properties, the owners was like, this isn't, ¿cómo fue que dijo?
Que esta no es una propiedad para que ustedes vengan a quedar.
Yeah, the owners came out and they were like, this isn't a property, we can do whatever you want. But it's also people, we found like trash and it's like scraps and stuff like that, because it's in the corner
Right.
of the street and people would just throw stuff there.
Okay. Is there anything else you think you
¿Algo
can
más
tell
que
me?
quería decir?
No,
No?
that's it.
Okay. Mr. Ed, if you could stand up too, I just want to talk this one out, because it seems to me that there has been a lot of efforts to come into compliance here. I see continuing efforts. Not all of this is their fault. So certainly don't really want to enter an order with 15 days. I'm really inclined just to continue this matter. Again, I really don't want to enter the administrative fee at this time either, because I don't really think it's these people's fault that they're not in compliance. Sounds like they've made a lot of efforts, unless you've got any evidence to suggest otherwise.
In my opinion, with the contractor being back in the process of trying to get the permit,
Yeah.
and with the letter dated June 30th, and it clearly defines what he has left to do, I don't see a problem why they, if it's continued to the August hearing, that should be resolved
I agree.
one way or the other.
I agree. I mean, I wouldn't want to hear this again in August if there hasn't been any, if nothing's happened since today's date, but let's continue this matter to August. So you've got another month. You're going to have to stay under contractor, make sure, if he needs to meet with the city, make sure he does that. I'm sure Mr. Ed can help you get him in contact with the right people. But we're going to continue this to August, so please try and continue to make progress. All right. Thank you all. All right, thank you. All right, next we have case 8.6. This is case CE 2534PR. Mr. Rich again.
Rich Taylor, Code Enforcement for the City of Fort Walton Beach. This address is 211 Florida Place, Fort Walton Beach. According to the tax record, the owner of the property is, it looks like the Downtown Development Group. 163 days ago, on February 3rd, 2025, the property was found in violation of Code 3.01.05. They built a greenhouse structure on the property without a permit. On June 25th, service was obtained for the notice of violation. Excuse me. On July 2nd, a reinspection of the property found the violation had not been corrected. And on the 3rd of July, service was obtained for the notice of hearing. This week on July 14th, I took some photographs of the greenhouse, and on today's date, the property still remains in violation. At this time, staff would like to enter the exhibits into the record. Exhibit A, the case history report. Exhibit B, list of exhibits. Exhibit C, notice of hearing and proof of service. Exhibit D, notice of violation and proof of service. Exhibit E, copy of inspector's qualifications. Exhibit F, copy of tax records showing property ownership. And Exhibit G, photos of the violation. Staff is requesting acceptance, finding fact, inclusion in the law. I was originally going to ask for an order one with the administrative fee and 10 days for compliance. Mr. Tona, the property owner, is here. He had entrusted some people to take care of this permit for him. He was told everything was done in order. He has now learned today that that is not the case. And he's already been working since we've been here to try to get this resolved. So he thinks 30 days will be enough time to finish this process. He just started the process. So if we can continue this until the next month's hearing, he was agreeable to, he could get it done in that amount of time.
I'm fine with that. If I could just hear from Mr. Tona just real quick.
And he did look at all the documents here.
And Mr. Tona, if you just come up real quick, and everything Mr. Taylor said, is that accurate?
Everything he said is correct. We're
Okay.
working together.
Well, we're just gonna, unless there's anything else y'all feel you need to tell me, I'm just gonna continue this to August. Anything else? All right.
I'll just apologize quickly for the phone fumble earlier.
I appreciate it.
Nick, what's the next date, just so Mr. Tona knows? Mr. Tona, real quick, August what? Just so your calendar, August 20th will be the next hearing date, so that's it.
Very good.
Yeah, 9 a.m.
All right, and that leaves us with, on the code enforcement side, 8.7 KCE 25-721 UNO. Taylor,
Rich Taylor, Code Enforcement, City of Fort Walton Beach. This pertains to the subject address 15 Elm in Fort Walton Beach. According to the tax records, the owner of their property is Walter Franklin Robinson, Jr. 294 days ago, on September 25, 2024, the property was found in violation of commercial activity, section 2.03.00. They were basically stripping automotive or cars, dismantling cars in the front yard. Fence maintenance 5.07.01, litter 5.04.01, and unlicensed non-operative items section 5.04.01. On May the 9th, 2025, service was obtained for the notice of violation. On May 19, 2025, re-inspection of the property found the violation had not been corrected. On June 6, 2025, service was obtained for the notice of hearing. On April 23rd, April 28th, June 26th, all of 2025 photographs were taken of the violations. On July 16, 2025, their property remained in violation. At this time, staff would like to enter exhibits into the record. Exhibit A, case history report. Exhibit B, list of exhibits. Exhibit C, notice of hearing and proof of service. Exhibit D, notice of violation and proof of service. Exhibit E, copy of inspector's qualifications. Exhibit F, copy of tax records showing the property's ownership. And Exhibit G, photos of the violation. Staff is requesting acceptance of findings of fact, conclusions of law, and issuance of an order 1, including a $325 administrative fee. Staff also recommends 7 days for compliance for these violations. This would make the compliance deadline on July 23rd, 2025. You have a bunch of pictures. This is a property that myself, Mr. Rhodes, and Lieutenant Williams from the Fort Walton Beach Police Department have worked with this owner extensively. We've met with him in person numerous times. He would make a little bit of progress and then it just slips back to worse than it was. So it's just been an ongoing seesaw. We're trying to work with him. We're at the end of the rope. I mean, there's nothing else we can do with them. So these are the newer pictures on top, but you can see the carport has a bunch of litter and stuff in there, storage. There's at least 2 vehicles on the property that are unoperable. We have left out food in the neighborhood here, clothing. The fence in the back is leaned in. Shopping carts. I mean, every day it's just something else out in the front yard.
Okay. Yeah.
We could also mention they just did a drug raid and he was incarcerated as of yesterday. Is that right?
Monday.
Monday, he and I think 6 others were taken away from the property.
From this property?
From this property.
Yes,
And
sir.
then we have
Drug related
posted it
charges?
for non-occupancy. It's not allowed to be occupied from here forward.
Okay.
I'm not sure of his status at this point. I just know they arrested him Monday.
Okay.
And that's the end of it.
All right. And Mr. Burns, is there anything special that we have to do for incarcerated individuals from a notice perspective?
This is order 1, correct?
Right.
Since he was arrested yesterday and the property was not in compliance as of yesterday, I would say no. The issue will come into play on notice for the next hearing,
Right.
and most importantly, before a foreclosure request
Okay.
occurs.
That was my thought too, but wanted to get your opinion on it as well. All right, well, if you've got nothing further, let me just take a quick look at the exhibits. All right, exhibits appear to be in order, so we'll enter the exhibits into the record. What was the timetable you were seeking for?
I think it was 7 days.
7 days. 7 days is fine. We'll do 7 days to come into compliance.
This has been going on for months. It's just been a seesaw going back and forth, so.
So 7 days would be the 23rd,
Correct.
I think. Y'all check me on that, but I think it's the 23rd,
Yep.
come into compliance. Anything else?
Yeah.
We'll enter the administrative fine too.
Okay.
So, anything else on that property?
No.
All right. 11. This is order 1.
Order 1.
And I think that'll do it for code compliance cases, unless Mr. Rose, y'all.
That's all we have for us. If you want to move to the citations, I'll
All right.
relinquish the computer to another gentleman.
Sounds good. And we have on the agenda parking citation hearings, but I don't have case numbers or anything, so y'all are gonna have to, let's make sure we make a clean record, we all read the case numbers and make sure we know who the respondents are and that kind of stuff. But y'all, city can proceed when you're ready.
And just for a clean record too, we'll note that the individuals for these cases were sworn in.
Correct. The individuals for this hearing, y'all were all sworn in already.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. The case number for the first hearing is going to be 2032.
I'm so sorry, just for the record, can you state your name?
Officer David Beek with the Fort Walton Beach Police Department.
Can you spell it for me?
David Beek, B-I-E-C-K.
Thank you.
All right, you ready for the case number? 2032 4000 525 03091.
Okay. And who's the respondent in this case?
It's going to be Bassam Sher, S-H-A-E-R.
Okay. Okay, go ahead then.
Okay. On May 13th, 2025, at approximately 12:49 p.m., speed detection camera caught a violation at southbound Hospital Road near Eliza Jackson Preparatory School. The applicable speed limit was 20 miles per hour. The detected speed was 35 miles per hour. The vehicle was registered to the respondent. I'd like to submit Exhibit A, which is going to be the evidence package, which has all the photos and certifications for the speed camera used. And I would like to submit Exhibit B, which would be the video of the violation.
Okay. And has this is our first time doing this?
Correct.
So does the respondent, do they get copies of the video?
Yes, so they have access to all the evidence
Okay.
via the contractor's, the vendor's website. So
Okay.
they have a chance to review everything before and then they request the hearing.
All right, and can I see the video?
Should be Exhibit B is the violation video.
No, right there.
And on the bottom there, it has the date, time, the speed measured, and the applicable speed limit. School was in session, but but it wasn't during school zone hours. So the applicable speed limit is the regular speed limit, not the school zone speed limit. So it's 20 miles per hour on that road.
Okay.
at all times.
And is that posted on that road?
It is, both directions, northbound and southbound, there's a 20-mile-per-hour sign posted.
All right. All right. And what was Exhibit A again?
It's the evidence package.
Evidence package. And what's that consist of?
It consists of, so page 1 is the notice of violation that's sent to the registered owner of the vehicle. Page 2 is the request for hearing that the registered owner submits. Page 3 is the notification letter that they received telling them when the hearing was scheduled for. The next page is the violation evidence report. It's just a record of all the communication with the respondent about the violation. That's the next page. Then there's a page with just the still frames of the violation vehicle and then of the license plate.
Okay.
If you keep going. Yeah. And this page is the statutory required operational test of the camera system. It conducts a test every day that it's active, a self-test.
Okay.
And then once a year, that's that one. And then go down. Every 12 months, they're required to conduct an independent test of the camera system, and that's the certificate for that.
Okay. All right. Anything else
No, that's all
on
we
your
have.
side? And I guess we'll hear from Mr. I'm sorry, how do I pronounce your name? Bissett. Okay, and we'll hear from Mr. Bissett unless you got anything.
Good morning. In that day, I had a medical emergency. I had to see a doctor at 1 o'clock.
You have a doctor's appointment?
Yeah, a doctor appointment. I had to go through a surgery in that day. I mean, as soon as was possible.
On the day of the speeding?
Yes. In that school, at the intersection of Beale and Hospital.
Right.
And as soon as I turned from Nicefield left to clear the intersection, and as you can see in the video, as soon as I passed the speed limit sign at 20, you can see I pushed the brake. I wasn't speeding. And you can see the video. There was nobody in the road. The school was not in session. And as soon as I saw the 20 speed limit, you can see in the video, I pushed the brake.
Right.
And you can see my record. I don't have any tickets for the last 62
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, I understand. I just, the evidence does look like there was a violation.
But you see the video. I mean, there's no car in front of me. I pushed the brake. I'm not saying in the video itself. It shows as soon as I saw the speed limit, it was 20 there. I pushed the brake. I play the video again.
And I have some sympathy for you. I drive that road frequently myself.
I mean, if he saw me, I was going to the hospital, he would have escorted me to the hospital.
I understand.
I have the record for the hospital, for the surgery appointment and everything.
But, my role as a judge is just simply determine whether there was a violation, not if there was a good reason for the violation. There could be good reasons for
Is there any way you can make it a warning?
And let me finish talking real quick. There can be good reasons for a violation, but my job isn't to act in a manner to determine whether there was a good reason. Simply determine was there a violation or not a violation, and that's really, I think, where my discretion is constrained. Mr. Burns, you're more familiar with the law than me.
If there was a defense as to whether or not the speed was not measured appropriately by the camera, those would be the type of defenses you could consider an attack on the speed, any of the calibration of any of the instruments involved. But there's no good faith defense, basically, to the violation.
Yeah, like Mr. Burns is explaining. So if you had some reason to believe that the cameras are malfunctioning or something, I could then have discretion to not enter the ticket, but I don't have the ability to not enter the ticket based on the evidence I'm seeing.
But if you saw me going to the hospital, and you know I'm going to the hospital for surgery, and you saw the speed limit, I pushed the brake, nobody was in front of me. I was clear, nobody in the road was empty. And I went to the speed limit as soon as I saw the speed limit sign. Would you let me go?
Well, again, even if he would, that doesn't matter to my judgment, unfortunately. Because trust me, I have some sympathy for you here. Someone who also drives that road, and let me just finish. But my role is simply to determine was there a violation or was there not a violation. It's not to determine whether you had good defenses to a violation. It's not to determine whether you need to drive 60 miles an hour and get to the hospital as fast as possible. I can listen to it, but it doesn't matter to what I have to do sitting here today, unfortunately. That's just how the law is written.
But does the video show me I break to speed limit? It shows me that I broke, I put the brake to.
You did.
Yeah, I did. It shows there I wasn't speeding.
Again, it's not, I don't think you intended to speed. I don't think you acted egregiously, but the camera caught you.
But also the camera shows the brake. As soon as I passed, I was in so much pain. As soon as I passed that sign, you saw it, I pushed the brake. Nobody was in front of me to force me to push the brake.
I understand all that. I have some sympathy for you. Like I said, if I had discretion, I may be inclined not to enter the ticket, but I just don't think I have the discretion to not enter the ticket at this point.
But you can make it a warning.
I'm sorry?
You can make it a warning. You saw my record, I have no ticket at all. You can make it a warning, for me next time going to that road.
I don't know. I don't think I can make it a warning.
I think you can.
The only discretion you have, Your Honor, is to, since it's reached this point with you, is to determine whether or not the violation occurred. And if it did occur, then if it occurred, then you're required to enter.
And that's my understanding of the law too. I don't have the ability. I can't make it a warning. I'm not a police officer. I don't have that ability. So.
He's a police officer. Can you make it a warning? This is
and I'll hear from Mr. Williams or Mr. Deep, but.
I can't show you the record for the hospital or the surgery.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I have a procedural question for Mr. Burns, if it's okay.
Sure.
For the parking citations, are the respondents supposed to give their address? Is that?
He didn't do that, I noticed, but real quick, Mr. Osterbeek, can you just give your full name for the record, since technically we needed your full name when you got up there, and what's your full name and address?
I got your name, but.
Bassam Sher, 235 Waiver Avenue, 235 Waiver Avenue, Niceville.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And now Mr. Osterbeek.
Yes, sir.
And
Okay. So we're not going to request a warning. We're going to request the violation be upheld. A 30-day, and it was actually extended, so it was about 45-day warning period was put in place to where anybody who violated within that first 45 days that the cameras were in place, they received a warning in the mail. Also, it's clearly posted before you get to the speed camera that speed enforcement is ongoing via video and photograph, and it has the hours posted that it's effective for.
Okay.
Before you get to the speed camera as well.
I understand.
And then we are requesting that he pay the $100 fine. That's what we're here for today.
Okay.
Right.
You have anything further? I just don't think I have the ability to do anything other than confirm those.
What do I do?
I think you're going to have to pay the $100 fine.
Where do I pay it?
Well, okay, let's step back, because this is our first one. Is there a document I need to enter, or what are you specifically requesting me to do?
So once you enter the ruling that he does have to pay the fine, we go back into the vendor's website and then we submit the final order that you do, and then he has to go to the website and pay the fine.
Okay, well, I am going to determine that you need to pay the fine. Again, not because you were malicious or a bad actor, but it's just the world we live in today,
And I think, you're adjudicating that there was a violation and that he's ordered to pay the fine.
Okay, yeah, so I'm adjudicating that there's a violation, you're going to be ordered to pay the fine, and I understand that the system, Mr. Williams,
Just want to add real quick, this, for his edification also, this is not a uniform traffic citation, this is a civil citation, so it's not going to his insurance, not going to his license, in case he was not aware of that.
But can you drop it at all?
We don't have that ability either here.
And also notify him that he has a right to an appeal of 30 days to the civil court.
Anybody has the ability to drop it? Can I talk to someone else who can drop it?
Well, you can appeal the matter. You have 30 days to appeal the matter, at which point it goes to, at which point it goes to circuit court?
Circuit court, yeah.
Okay. So if you appeal the adjudication of guilt here today and the fine, you would go to a circuit court judge at the courthouse, and they would hear the same evidence that I've heard and make a decision based on the record that we've created here today. And that reminds me, let me go ahead and enter those exhibits into the record in case there is an appeal. The next judge would have those exhibits.
So all I have to pay is $100, no extra fees or anything?
We're not requesting any extra fees this time.
The city says it's only requesting $100.
Okay.
And as Sergeant Williams, Lieutenant Williams indicated, there are no points, correct, on this? So.
Yeah, so it's not your typical ticket.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping to drop it,
I understand. I don't think you're a bad,
I think you
I don't think you're malicious.
I think you could if you want, but that's the question.
Well, I don't think I can.
I mean, you can see the
bottom
video,
line.
there. I mean, it's
If
okay.
you think there is discretion, you can always appeal it. You got those 30
I
days.
mean, you saw the video there. I put the brake, nobody in front of me.
I understand, but the decision's made, so unless you got something else,
Okay,
we're going
thank
to
you.
move on to the next one.
Thank you. Have a
I
nice
do appreciate you being the first one to hear this case for us today.
That's okay.
Uh,
Thank you.
And keep in mind on that road, that camera's active.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's hear the second one.
All right, do you need my name again?
No, sir, just the.
Okay. Case number is going to be 2032 4000 543 906 72. The respondent is going to be Danielle Woods.
All right.
This is another speeding camera violation on 5/28/2025 at approximately 8:57 a.m. Northbound Hospital Road, so we're talking about the same road, just the opposite direction, at Liza Jackson Preparatory School. The respondent's the registered vehicle, or a vehicle registered to the respondent, was captured on camera at 35 miles per hour in the 25 mile per hour zone. Again, the school speed limit was not applicable. This is the standard speed limit on the road, but it was during school hours.
Okay.
I'm
sorry, how fast were they going?
35 in the 20 mile per hour zone. And we'd like to submit Exhibit A, which is the evidence package again, and then Exhibit B, which is the video of the violation.
Okay, let's take a look at Exhibit B first. Do it one more time, sorry, I wasn't watching. Okay. All right. And let me, if you could scroll through Exhibit A. Unless, do you have Exhibit A printed? I can just look through it. No, I'm somewhat familiar here. Okay, all right. And you can take this back. Gist of it, do you have anything else?
No.
Okay, and I'll hear from Ms. Wood.
I guess I'm just really confused about the verbiage saying that it's failure to comply with the school zone, because the lights were not flashing.
And maybe Officer.
So it wasn't very
explain.
clear that, it says cameras.
So, so City Council voted in accordance with Florida State statute that the speed be monitored the entire time that school is in session. On the bottom of the violation notice, it states that it's either Florida State statute 316-183 or Florida State statute 316-1896, which was violated. 1896 is the school zone violation, which Ms. Woods was referring to, but 183 is the standard speed limit statute that's in effect at all times. Like I said, she violated the standard speed limit, not the reduced speed of 15 miles per hour.
I think her confusion was that it seems to indicate that she violated the school zone speed limit.
Well, I also wasn't aware that it was for the entire school day.
Right.
It just says cameras active.
So there's times posted on the notice that says photo enforcement or speed photo enforcement, and then underneath it, it has the times, and the times posted throughout the school day.
Yeah, I understand. Unfortunately, it's a reasonable mistake to make, but confusion of the law is not a defense to violation
I'm
of the law.
not trying to defend it.
No, I know you're not. I'm just explaining that that's simply what the law is. But you kind of heard I don't know if you've got a witness. I see someone back there who's raising their hand. They want to speak.
Your Honor, I just wanted to say it was
Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Let me just. Okay, this is only our second time doing this. Person, just come up and speak. We're going to do this kind of informally.
Ms. Luke,
He wasn't a
please
witness.
State your address for the
I
record.
don't know who is.
It's just my dad. I just need, my car's in the shop. I needed a ride. I'm sorry.
I don't know if your dad
Your
has.
address for the record.
990 Hondo Avenue, Fort Walton Beach, 32547.
Thank you.
I mean, I'll listen to anybody and give it the weight it deserves, but y'all.
Well, this is trial, right? I mean,
Sure.
this is not a trial, you know what I mean. It was her birthday. I know you can't do nothing about that.
I wish there was a
After
birthday.
hearing the other guy, but the only other thing I could say was the lights weren't flashing,
Yeah,
and I didn't
he
know it
says.
was 20, no matter whether the school was in or not, and it was the last day of school.
Yeah, is
Okay.
it still going on now for summer school?
Only at the schools where there are students there for summer school, yes. But it's,
So then yes.
yes, but it's this, I don't think, Liza Jackson's not one of the summer school schools. So we're not enforcing it right now at Liza Jackson.
But the cameras are still active over there right now?
No, they're not.
No.
No, not,
Okay, the
not,
signs are up there
the signs, we don't take the signs down.
Okay.
But it's only when, we know when the students are there, so it's only when the students are present in school.
Okay. And then, how long do I have to pay this?
30 days.
30 days from
the hearing.
today?
Yeah, it's the $100 administrative fee.
Okay, and since it's a civil thing, what are the consequences of not paying it then?
If you don't do anything with it,
Uh-huh.
it's gonna go to then it will go to a civil, a uniform traffic citation, which would then garner you some points on your license. And
Okay,
potentially
so then
insurance.
they'll just escalate.
Yeah, and then if you don't pay that, they'll suspend your license, and then you run into those consequences.
Okay, are there extensions of paying the ticket after the 30 days of today, or no?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not really, okay. Can I request?
From this point, I don't believe there's a mechanism in place for you to request an extension, no.
Okay.
Okay. And let me just go ahead and, it was a good educational session, which I think, honestly, I think the city's done quite a bit of education, but I think y'all might want to do some more because, honestly, I'm learning some of this today too, and I consider myself pretty well informed, so I think you guys have done a pretty good job, but maybe there could be some more from the city side so that everyone's understanding, particularly on this road, and I know y'all are probably familiar with this road too, but my son goes to school here, I drive this road all the time, and it is a little bit confusing with the flashing lights and the signs. I'm not even sure what the speed limit is there, honestly.
Yeah.
So I just think this particular road might, if the city could educate the public a little bit better on it, it might go a long way to making everyone happy here. But I think, again, you heard the first case, I got to adjudicate you guilty here, and that you do owe the $100 fine, which I understand they'll put into the system, and you'll receive that. You do have the right to appeal for 30 days, which if you do that, it would go to a circuit court judge at the the either probably down in Fort Walton Beach or Crestview, where a different judge would hear the matter. But
Is this the correct thing to go to for the, to pay? Is it always going to be like that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
If you could be able to pay.
And your honors, just so no one skewers us for you adjudicating her guilty, she's an adjudicator in violation.
yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, guilty. This is not a crime. You're adjudicated in violation.
Okay.
But it was her birthday.
Yeah, I wish there was a birthday defense, but unfortunately there's not.
Maybe back in my time, they could have done that.
All right.
She has 30
anything
days to
else?
appeal.
You have 30 days to appeal.
30 days to appeal and 30 days to pay.
That's right.
Perfect. Anything
Okay,
else?
thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else from staff here? All right. I'm sorry?
Not from our side, no.
All right. Seeing nothing, we'll go ahead and adjourn.
Good job.